The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey everybody, we're really excited going today. Just going to give it probably 2 more minutes for a few more people to jump on, and then we'll go ahead and dive into our presentation today. So just hang out with me for a minute, and we'll get going here in just a few minutes. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. My name is Jared Hull. I'm the CEO of Blueroof 360, and we're here today to talk about the offering that we have for our Century 21 Everest agents. We've been working over the last 6 months or so with the great team up there at Century 21 on creating the new company website. So hopefully everyone's seen that, had an opportunity to check it out. Along with that, we've been working on designs for agents that you guys can take advantage of and be able to have a lot of the same tools and things that the brokerage is able to take advantage of. So what we've done to introduce this to you, we have a combination of websites, client management systems, and a market reporting tool called Area Pulse. And we're going to kind of cover those today. And so I'm going to keep this real quick. We're going to go very high level. And we're going to spend about 30 minutes kind of giving you guys a good overview of what the system has to offer. And then what we'll be doing is sending out more information to you guys later on so you guys can get more detailed if you want to, or you can contact us and find out more information about it. So to start off with, we've created 6 different designs that you can choose from that out of the gate already have the Century 21 branding set up, ready to go, content for pages, things like featured listings, calls to action for selling your home, just already pre-built, designed, ready to go. And these have different looks, different feels. So if there's a particular style that fits more with you and what you're trying to do and what what relates to you, you can pick through these and kind of find a style that matches what you're trying to do. It said each one of them has a different look. They already have pre-built interior pages with content already on them, and just really look great right out of the gate. Now, every single one of these sites comes with the IDX search pre-baked into the system. So your users, your clients can come here, they can search for homes, they can search by, city, school district, zip codes, areas, um, anything that they might want to search on, right? They can do multiple cities. There is options for all sorts of different criteria, that they could have. And, the list goes on and on. So you can really drill this down to get very specific for the type of things that they are looking for to do. Now, you also have, different views that you can set up for your site. So if you don't like gallery view, you can have the default be a hybrid view, or you can go with an all map view. There's little simple things here, like being able to draw the specific area that you want to search in. So if you have that client who, you know, parents live over here, in-laws live over here, and they want to live somewhere in the middle, they can get very specific and detailed with the types of search results that they're trying to get. And along with that, every one of our sites comes with different sets of functionality, right? So one of the examples is we want to help you guys to generate leads. Like there's lots of calls to action, for instance, being able to save a search, favorite a property. All of these things require the user to register or set up or take an action, right? We also want to help you guys generate leads off social media. So on any of our search pages, let's say, for instance, I wanted to run a search in Draper, Utah, and I wanted to see all open houses. So I could filter this by open houses. So this is going to show me these are the 3 open properties that have open houses coming this weekend. So let's say I want to share this on social media. I'm going to come here. I'm going to put in /share up in the URL. And I'm going to go ahead and refresh the page. This is going to let me generate from the front of my website a forced registration page, right? So I'm going to share this on Facebook. I'm going to use the combined registration. My headline might be, um, open houses in Draper. And I can even tag this if I want to, so I can tag my leads that come in from that. I'm going to go ahead and preview and see what that looks like. So when I share this URL on the Facebook and someone lands on this, this is what they're going to get. They can get a list of open houses in Draper, and to view those listings, they have to register. This is what's called the forced registration page. And this allows you to generate more leads using these type of things. So a lot of our agents will just set up a reminder every Thursday or Friday to go and generate a list of open houses that they can send out to clients, or they can post to social media for those people who are wanting to do those things. Each site also comes as you get into, for instance, the property details pages. There's lots of calls to action here. We have photos that they can scroll through, of course. There's start an offer, favorite a property. They can schedule a showing directly from the website from here, and that gives them some basic information, what their availability looks like. All of these things are done to really kind of help you generate the lead, right? And give you the ability to have different calls to action that allows you to engage that user on your website, right? Like, we want them to use your website. We want them to come back to it. We want it to be a central location where you're sending out listing alerts to your site. People are going there, looking at properties, favoring properties. And while these things are happening, we're tracking this on the back end in the CRM. So we know which properties they've looked at. Also, on all of our properties, if I wanted to share this on social media, I just put in /share, and it's going to allow me to generate a forced registration page that's going to allow me to post this onto social media. And a lot of things here. Now this works. This works across the board. So let's say I put in, I'm going to post again. Maybe I'm going to post this one to Instagram. I have different type of registration forms I can use. So I want to use my full registration form. I can give it a headline. Great new home. I'm going to hit preview. And again, here's my forced registration page, right? So an important thing to note here is these designs work across the board, right? So in our Utah clients or California clients, and all of these things are customizable. So if you're in, for instance, Malibu, you might want to have a different image or background. I'm going to show you a little bit about how to customize those based on your location. And the MLS works across the board. So whether you're in Utah, California, it doesn't matter. We make sure we've got you all covered on that. The last feature I just wanted to show you on these properties, this has become a really popular feature, is the open house. Now, let's say, for instance, I have an open house today. This is my property, and I'm sitting in my open house waiting for it to get started. I can come to the website on my tablet or on my laptop, put in /open house, and I can generate an open house registration form. Right now, this is great. I don't have to have a piece of paper for people to sign in. I can literally just have this on my iPad. I can have it on my phone. I just put in the time of day, when it's going to start. I hit start open house, and here's my registration form. And so as people come in the door, I say, hey, thank you for coming to the open house today. I just need you to register before we walk you through the house. And I hand them this on my iPad or my laptop. They register. What happens is, as soon as they register, they automatically get a follow-up email from you thanking them for coming to the open house, with a link that they could go back and view that property on your website. They also, if they haven't unchecked this, will automatically start getting listing alerts for properties that are in that same neighborhood in that same price range. So it handles a lot of that automation for you. And then when my open house is over, I just hit end open house, and it'll tell me, hey, congratulations, you had X number of attendees to your open house. And then it tells me in the CRM where I can view that list of people that have come to my open house, so I can pre-market to them, right? So I can, let's say that house goes under contract within a day or two. I'm going to go back to my list, and I'm going to send them a list, say, hey, thanks for coming to my open house at 1424 Rockwell, but that property's already gone under contract. is there something else I can show you? Is there something else I can help you with, right? So just trying to engage those users using some of these features and functionalities of the website. One of the other things that the website includes is a home evaluation page. And this is pre-baked into every template, both states that we're in, right? And so this allows me to come in and put in an address, and it's going to generate a page that looks like this. Now, this is going to give your consumer an estimated value on their property. It's going to show them the estimate, the low and the high. It's going to show them a map of the area, some charts and graphs, some comparables, some key metrics. How does this property compare to other homes? And then it's going to show them these are the homes that have recently sold, and these are the ones that are pending and active. And they can go through here and say, hey, you know what, this house doesn't really match mine. It's not really kind of like my home. So I can remove that from the comparable, and it's going to adjust my price. So it gives the user something that they can play with, right? Now, a lot of people say, hey, automated values, sometimes they're accurate, sometimes they're not, right? Like we find that they tend to be fairly accurate because we're using MLS data, right? This isn't third-party data, it's actual MLS data. But what this allows you to do is you're going to get a notification that says, hey, Bob Smith just filled out a home evaluation on your site. Give him a call, right? And I'm going to call Bob Smith. I'm going to say, hey, Bob, you filled out a home evaluation on my site for 123 Main Street. What did you think of the price that was returned, right? And Bob's either going to say, wow, if I could get that, that would be great. Or no, it was way low. My house is way better than that, right? It's got a better kitchen or golden faucets or whatever it is. But that gets you a foot in the door, right? So using some of these tools on your website is going to help you get a foot in the door, right? Which is what you want, that conversation starter that allows you to get in and work with them. Now, to show you really quickly here, we're not going to spend a lot of time going into the website editor, but I did want to show you just quickly how easy it is to make modifications and changes to your site. So let's say I want to add a video. There's all sorts of different blocks and contents that you can use to modify the way that your site looks. So let's say, for instance, here, I want to add a video. I've got a video that I've had created, of me on my bio, or let's say I've got a home that I want to show. And this is hosted on YouTube. I simply come and grab the URL off of the YouTube page where I have it, select on details, and paste in that ID. And now I've automatically got that property in here. And I can do things like change the text, to say, whatever I want it to say. So again, like we're not going to go, we had spent an entire webinar just on the editing functionality, but I wanted to give you a feel for just how easy it is to change the content, change the images, right? Localize it based on the area that you're in, right? Because your business in different areas of the country is very different. So we want you to be able to localize these based on what you're trying to do. Now we're going to jump really quickly into the CRM. We're not going to spend a lot of time in here today. Again, like I said, trying to keep this very high level for you guys and give you guys a feel for what's in here. But when you log into the CRM, so all the leads automatically get emailed to you, and they automatically go into the CRM when you set this up. And this is going to show you how many new leads you have coming in, how many tasks you have to complete, transactions you're involved in, and what the value of those transactions are. And then it's going to show me over here all my tasks that I need to complete over here. So as I complete those, I can just mark those off. And then, of course, these are going to be all my new leads. I can see their name, email, phone, what category they're in. I can categorize them however I want to, their latest activity. And this here gives me a quick view of how many listings did they look at, right? So if I want to see which listings he's looked at on my website, I can quickly look at that and see what he's done. Has he favored a property? Have they saved searches? All those things are available. And then I also have my list of listings. So if I go in here and I look for a contact, I'm going to find my buddy here, James Dean. And I can see he's currently a buyer. I have all of his information over here. All of this can be edited. His, spouse, title, categories, tags. Tagging is a big way that we do things. So let's say, for instance, I have someone who wants a horse property, right? I can come in here and give them the tag of horse property. And if I see a horse property that comes on the market, I can go and filter by all those people and send them an update on that property that I have, right? So tagging is an important part of everything that we do. And then I can see, I can create a note, I can send him an email, I can log a call with him, and I can see here's my history of everything I've done with this lead, right? I know this is the exact page he registered on when he signed up for the website. And then we've talked, we've sent emails, we've added notes and tasks. So this allows me to keep track of everything, all my interactions with him over the course of time. Under listings, I can then see, if he has listing alerts set up. If he doesn't, I can also go and set them up for him directly through the system. All these things allows me to send him listing alerts that will drive him back to my website, right? So we want to create this ecosystem that allows me to have leads coming in from my website, them doing things on my website, and then me driving them back to the website using listing alerts and market reports. Market reports, I can see if he's got one set up, and we're going to talk about that here in a second. And then I can go down and see exactly what he's looked at, the average price point, beds, bath, and all the listings that he's looked at. And I can filter those and say, well, show me the ones that he's favored, the ones that he really liked. And I can also add or recommend listings to him as well. I just put in the MLS ID and he'll get those recommendations from me. So it allows us to be kind of proactive in going back and forth in the buying process. Tasks and events. This is just really simple. It allows me to keep track of what I need to do with this client. It also allows me to see if I've got events or showings or things coming up. And then I can apply pre-built, what we call task plans. Now, these are pre-built plans that are already pre-baked into the system, but you can modify these and use them however you want. And it just gives me the list of things every time I take a new buyer, right? Every time I got a new buyer lead, here's the 10 things I want to do with that lead. And I just apply it, and it's going to preset those up for me. So I can just go through and check them off as I've completed them. That way I make sure I'm doing the same process with every buyer, every seller, and making that all consistent. Documents, I can upload my documents and keep track of any, closing documents or, buyer seller contracts. There's a lot of things in here. Task management, calendar, everything syncs through Gmail. So all the tasks and leads sync through Gmail. I can manage my properties and my documents. All of my properties automatically get pulled in here if I put in my MLS ID. And it's going to let me see notes. I'm going to be able to perform tasks and events on a property much in the same way I would with a contact. I can schedule showings. So if someone agent calls me, I can schedule a showing, and that agent's going to get a request feedback form automatically from me a half an hour after that showing date. So a little bit of a little bit there to keep in the loop. And then when the property goes under closing, I can actually keep track of what did the property sell for? Who are the people that are involved in that transaction? What are the tasks that need to be completed on that transaction? And all the documents associated with it and any notes that I have. So really simple way to just keep track of, what happened in that transaction. Then I can archive this and I have it. So if there's a question or something comes up or a legal issue, I can come back to that a year from now and have all that information there. So that's a real high level, just a few aspects of the CRM. The last product that I wanted to jump into is our product called Area Pulse. And Area Pulse allows me to generate a market report that can be sent out every month to my customers that has data about that particular market, right? And it's going to show active listings, new listings, sold listings, the average list price over 6 months, the average prices of the new properties that have come on the market in the last 30 days, recent sales, days on market listing inventory, a map that shows me where each one of those listings is, and how it's related to where the data I'm looking at. All new listings that have come on the market, all recently sold, and it'll have pending if there's pending on there as well. The way Area Pulse works is it allows me to come in here, and I can do this directly from the CRM or I can do it here, but this allows me to come in, set up a report, and when I do these, I can do it based on so for instance, it could be a city, it could be a zip code, So in this case, I get the city of Alpine, I get the neighborhood of Alpine Country Club, school district of Alpine, or I could do it on a specific address. So if I wanted to put in a consumer's address, I can put in their address and set up a radius, or I can set these up in general, like for instance, an entire city. Like, so if I don't know their address and I'm just marketing to them, I might just want to do the city that I think they're interested in. And then I can set up, things like, residential or condo or townhomes. If you have an area that's really heavy townhome condo, I'm going to set that as a filter in here. And I can also do it by price range. Like, so if I know they only want listings above 500,000, I could use that when I generate my report. And so I can subscribe users to these reports, and they're going to come out from me every single month. It's going to have my name and information here. It's going to have my logo here, and they'll get this report from me every single month. So I just set them up at one time, and it just goes out and has great data. And so what we found is a lot of agents are using this. If someone's looking to sell, but maybe they're a year out or 2 years out, I just say, hey, I'm going to set you up on a mark report. You're going to get it from me once a month. And if you decide to sell, let me know. The other thing that we found agents started using this for is for their sellers, right? So you might have a seller, for instance, who maybe wants to price their house a little bit at the top of the market. I'm going to go set them up on one of these reports so they're getting it from me every week. And then they can start to see exactly what's going on in that market. So if they're priced too high, but they're not getting a lot of traction, they're not getting a lot of showings, I can go back and say, hey, you've seen these reports that we sent out. Those reports show that you're the highest priced property every single week on the market. We may want to look at adjusting that. So that gives you a little bit of leverage on how to use these type of tools. So that's kind of it. That's the main crux of what we're selling here. It's the website product with the CRM, with the area ports marketing tool. Now, all of this, we've worked out a deal exclusively with you guys here at Century 21 Everest. We typically sell this product to an individual agent. If you came to me and wanted to buy this, it's $250 a month. What we're doing is through Century 21, we're offering you this product at $50 a month. And that includes everything that we talked about: lead capture, website IDX, the CRM, the listings management, our CMA tool, our marketing tool, and transactions tool that we went over today. So all that just we bundle it all up. We included it for you. We made it really simple for you to go sign up. Anyone who wants to get started, you can just go to c21everest.com/sign up, or you can email customer support at Blueroof360 and just say, hey, I'm with Century 21. I'd like to get signed up. And they can walk you through those steps in that process to do that. Or you can call us at our 888 number. The important thing there is let them know you're with Century 21 Everest so they can get you the right pricing and the right sites and get you set up on that. When you go to that page, Century 21 or c21everest.com/sign up, you're going to get a page that looks like this. And it's going to have a lot of the information about what's included. This is where you can preview and see all of the templates that are available for you to use. And you can get a little more information about some of the information that is included here. There's a great video here you can watch that goes through a lot of the things I talked about today. So you'll be able to see that again and get a better feel for a little more in depth into some of the features and functionality. So hopefully we covered everything today. I think that's everything. Did anybody have any questions? If you do, feel free to drop it in the chat, and I can answer that for you right now. Okay, I don't think so far. No questions. What we are going to do, that we're going to record this and we're going to send it out. So if you'd like to watch it again, you can. And I appreciate everybody's time, and thank you so much.